Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Part two of this. I didn't really mean to make a part two. This is how to, I think it's called change your rulers. And somebody asked how I drew that, or where did I get that? Well, I drew it. All my videos are in order of when they were made. For the last several days prior to today, I made 2 or 3 videos on this right here. How to draw like this. But I didn't do a circle one, so I'm going to go ahead and do a circle one for this person or you. I drew an ellipse and put it anywhere on there as long as you get on that edge. You can be wherever you want to. I'm going to actually do 3 this time. I'm hitting the plus key so I don't have to worry about the Control D, which I love, but it's a love-hate because, okay, I'm just going to put it in practice. If I Control D and move this one here, watch what happens when I hit Control D. It moved it equally. Where if you hit the plus key, it doesn't do that. So, and the other way I like doing stuff like this to make it sporadic is I start moving and then I hold down this. I'm just tapping the space bar. And I think we're good to go. Now, several ways to think about this, but I like using the 3-point line. And I do not like come off this one again. I continue from one item to the next item in a pattern. Not really even a pattern, but I'm not going to go back. And you know what? In all the years I've been drawing, I think there's a double right there, and there was. And that could cause a little bit of problem later. So instead of, going off this one to this one, I got to go from my last one and go, and you could change, whatever you want. We could go all the way over here, but then you've got to go. And it's like one of those games you used to play as a kid. You can't, cross the line. But see, that's the last one I did. So I'm going to go here. That's the last one. And you could, go the opposite side of each other and go like that because you could always zoom in with your shape tool and move this line kind of like that and give it a little curvature. And it might look cool as long as you're not too far off that line. And then go back to the 3-point curve line and go here and then go there. And I think we've got them all connected. Now what I'm going to do is take the virtual segment delete key and delete these lines. I hope I don't regret making that 3. Now we've got that. I'm going to change this to 36 points. And you're going, well, that's a little thick. And it is. Well, if you go to 24 points, and it might be not thick enough, it's actually perfect. But keep in mind, even though you don't have anything between 24 and 36, you can type in any number you want, type in 28, and it'll be 28 points. Convert, I selected the whole thing, convert it to an outline, and then left click, right click, and you can see now in your lines that that'll really work. But if you wanted to, you could change that a little bit or whatever you want, or you can just basically draw a new line. Now I'm going to go here, I'm going to weld all this. And it worked well, and it looks good. Control D. Hold down the control button and mirror it over. Now, I'm going to take away the indexing line. See these, we have six lines now because we have 3. Sometimes they weld and sometimes they don't, and it welded that time. So I always do that first. Control D, alternate C, because we're working in the center of the page, and rotate it 90 degrees. Control D, Control D. Now we have all these lines again. They should weld, and they probably will, and they did. Now let's reduce it in size, and I'm going to do that one more time. I'm going to rotate this guy 45 degrees. In this particular case might not work. Yeah, it is. So this is a symmetrical item. It's got 4 sides and it's symmetrical. So you can take your rulers and it should snap right to that if you have snap to object 1. So now our item is at 0, 0. So this is what I did in the first video. I'm just going to take it and I'm going to take my time and I'm going to move it around. And if you did this while you were trying to control D, you could never duplicate it. And I'm a little bit off. It kind of bugs me. Well, I'm not off. My leading edge isn't, it's got these other parts that are open. But you know what? We're going to just try that. So now look at my origin. It's at 13.68. So I can change this to 13.68 and now move this one, hit the plus key, and it's identical. No matter which way you go, it's identical. Now, we do have these parts that might not look good when we weld them, but it might work. Go up here to weld. It's going to take a little bit of time because there's a lot. Those little circles are causing a lot of problems to weld. And they're just going to be not perfect circles when it's done, hopefully, if it'll do it. Sometimes you might be too far. And now I can't even see them. So it worked. But that's what I was talking about. Yeah, surprisingly did a great job. And you can always, fill it in, take away the outline, bring in a black box and see what your graphic looks like. Okay, here's something I just realized. Well, some of my blue circles, by filling them in, filled in the blue circles, but not all of them. Well, the reason for that is I don't really know, but if you come into that, see, so when you come into that, that's creating this when you just turn it blue. So if you don't like that, just take your Smart Fill tool. And this is going to definitely take a little second because it's having to go through all those, but it's not going to fill in those holes. The Smart Fill tool is create a new object. And you can see now that we have circles everywhere. It's a pretty cool way to draw something. Anyway, hope that answered that gentleman's question and helped you in the future sometime. And thank you for watching.